From our free daily newsletter, the latest from podnews.net with supporting cast. Apple announced its Q2 26 fiscal financial results. Services revenue, which includes revenue from premium Apple Podcasts subscriptions, reached an all-time high of $31 billion. That's up 16.3%. The word podcast wasn't mentioned in the conference call, though it is available as a podcast. It's called Apple Quarterly Earnings Call, which weirdly isn't on Spotify. Sounds Profitable's Tom Webster gives his detailed thoughts on a rumoured merger between SiriusXM and iHeartMedia. If you wanted detail and proper analysis and even some hot corporate finance talk, then you want to read that post. You'll find it linked from our show notes and our newsletter at podnews.net. How does your podcast get featured on Spotify? On Monday, we spoke with Spotify's Lizzie Hale for the official answer. Yet a UK reader of Pod News has spotted a feature for podcasts to help save the planet appear in their app, which might point to an alternative way. Highlighted were podcasts from TEDx London, the BBC World Service, and a science podcast from Fresh Air. But the number one slot was given to a podcast called Heart of the Wild, which is hosted by Diana Colasurdo. The show's too small to appear in either Rephonic or Podscribe, so we're impressed that it got the prime position in the Spotify carousel. On LinkedIn, we discover why. Diana Colasurdo is the government business lead at Spotify.
AI slop for a true crime podcast can be annoying, but AI slop for a health podcast, giving wrong recommendations to people, can be dangerous.
That's RSS.com's Alberto Bitella speaking on the Pod News Weekly Review today to talk AI slop in podcasting and ways to combat it. The industry is talking about reaching the moon, he says, but we don't even have a bike yet. The nominations for the True Crime Clue Awards have been announced. We link to those today, alongside the full list of nominees. Clue has unveiled the recipients of its prestigious Crime Fighter of the Year honour. They are 3 Jeffrey Epstein survivors and activists. 2 podcasters in Canada have been accused in court of running a campaign of harassment and intimidation, and a Canadian court granted an order to seize their devices. The case continues. They deny any wrongdoing. Last year, Pod News reported a case of Canadian courts ruling against a different podcast that was investigating a connected story. Guideline has expanded its Squad Costs Local solution, bringing geo-targeted cost per thousand pricing to connected TV, audio streaming and podcasting. Triton's Canada Podcast Ranker is out for March. The top 5 for podcasts and publishers remain unchanged. Super Awesome has announced an exclusive advertising partnership with Tinkercast, the publisher of Wow in the World. Super Awesome will serve as Tinkercast's exclusive direct sales advertising partner. And Apple Podcasts has sent us all an email saying that on May the 16th, starting at 6 a.m. Pacific Time, Apple Podcasts Connect will be unavailable for up to 2 hours. Those events don't normally mean new features are coming. It's probably just benevolent technologists with beards running maintenance. In People News, Red Seat Ventures has announced that Craig Riley is the company's VP of Sales. He joins from SiriusXM and Fox Sports. And Odyssey announced 2 additions to the board of directors. Walker Jacobs is DAZN's Global Chief Revenue Officer, and Gabriel Brotman is from Soros Fund Management, but was with Axel Springer and Politico. Soros Fund Management holds a controlling stake in the broadcaster, as well as an investment in Crooked Media and Midas Touch Network. And in podcast news, with Airwave, in every episode of Sleep Cove, you'll hear relaxing sleep hypnosis, guided sleep meditations and bedtime stories, all designed to help you relax and get a peaceful night's sleep. They're with Airwave, and we thank them for their support this month. Miss Carly's Car Rides, recently a nominee in the Webby Awards, is celebrating its 1-year anniversary today with a special edition. The show, from a New Jersey-based creator and music educator, is designed to help families turn chaotic car rides with toddlers into calm, engaging experiences through music. And it's Women's Health Month in America, and the Women's Health Playbook has launched to share the plays women living in the US need to make healthcare a little easier. This inaugural season breaks down the exam room, how to find the right doctor, have your concerns taken seriously, and best practices to follow and get real answers and support. And this podcast is sponsored by Supporting Cast. Your subscribers shouldn't be someone else's email list. Other platforms keep the keys to your audience, their payment information, their contact details, their loyalty. Supporting Cast hands them back. Build a business you actually own with Supporting Cast. You'll find a link in our show notes. And that's the latest from our newsletter. To read all the stories and subscribe for free, we're at podnews.net.